questions before us. What is this universe? How it is constructed, and how does it work? Okay. One is existence. ఎలా వచ్చాం, రెండవది ఏం పని చేయాలి. దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్ వాట్ వీఆర్ సపోజ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. టూ క్వశ్చన్స్: హూ ఈజ్ ఐ, వాట్ యామ్ ఐ? ఓకే, వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో హూ ఈజ్ ఐ is giving us the knowledge of Srishti, creation, isn't it? So the creation is always done by the pure energy. Okay, fresh and pure, unpolluted. Okay, no pollution, then only creation happens. So whether this energy is in the body or is not in the body doesn't matter. If you are very pure and if your energy is very, very, very unpolluted, definitely whatever you speak, it will happen. You will be able to create. If not 100%, you will be getting the perfume of that. That is, you will have the fragrance of that. దాని వాసన మీకు లభ్యమవుతూ ఉంటుంది. The requirement is pure energy. No impurity should be there. That's why our ancient masters have investigated and found out the purity, how to keep and retain, how to achieve, and how to apply in our life. So that purity itself is called Atma. That purity itself is achieved through meditation. It is a materialistic, thought-free state of mind is called purity. Okay. So what is this purity? That purity gives you the existence. The whole work is, the whole creation has been created by that purity. Manasika Srishti. Okay. The manasu clean ga untene Srishti jarugutundi. మనసులో గంపెడి పెట్టుకుని, if the mind is polluted with 1,000 and odds అనమాట, then no creation will happen and you will not be able to go for performance and not possible to sustain your body also. So my dear masters, now we understood that we are avyaktas and become vyaktas here. Unmanifested people, we are pure energy bodies, and now we have taken bodies here. We have compressed our energy to sufficient extent to form the body, physical body, in order to be able to visible as well as experience of whatever we were creating earlier in our Atmalokas on the earth planet. Okay, so this is the substance. This is how we should understand the big Brahmanda. Okay, Handa means small life. Handa means Shakti Padartham. Okay, chinna beesam, chinna good. That is Brahmanda means a great Shakti. That's all. Great life. See, the untenable and uncountable, unsurmountable, imaginable, unspeakable, okay, unimaginable, unspeakable, right? This sort of things. Na srunoti, na vadati, okay, yena kenachit. This is the definition. Na srunoti. You cannot give it to others also. You cannot understand properly. So, na vadati, na srunoti. Okay. So, ilanti visheshanalతో ఈ యొక్క సృష్టి, this whole construction has been constructed. And now what is the purpose of this? What does this universe do? Whatever you and I do is the work of universe, because we are all filled up in that universe. Universe is nothing but a composition of all of the life. And what is the purpose? Now, what am I? What is I, first of all? What is I and what am I? What is I we have already discussed, and I is always speaking, always thinking wise, speaking wise, and doing wise thing. Yes or no? So that we have already done it. So when once we are like that, the entire universe will be like that. If you are not like that, no universe will be like that. There will be a lot of tension. There is a lot of impurity in the. This is a matter of purity. What is that? Wisdom. Wisdom will not allow any dirty things in the mind. So the universe will be very pure, will be very, very great and noble if the minds of the universal mind is pure. Universal mind is nothing but the Sushma Shariras of all the bodies together. Sushma Shariras are there, which are made up of electrons. Physical body is made up of atoms, protons and electrons, materialistic cell. Okay. And in that there is this sort of electron. In every cell there is a life. Okay. That life content is called electron, and that is making the astral body. Okay. Your body is built up with that electrons. And energizing the physical cell to develop the flesh. The physical cell is developing into the composites of the cells. All the pure energy is condensed and becoming matter. The other day we were telling, the divine body is being condensed to become a physical body. You understood? Again, the physical body should evolve itself and go become divine body. This is all what is happening. We were that, we come to this planet, again we go back there. We are actually divine body, okay, unseen body, pure energy form. So whenever I am bringing about the unseen body, purity, enlightened, and whatever, all this is, what is the meaning? There is no meaning because simply we are talking something that, this and that. But actually what it is, energy you are telling, and you are telling, be honest, the nobility, he said. What is the link between the purity of mind with the performance characteristics? The performance comes out of purity only. Impurity fellow will not perform. This is the basic principle. If your mind is pure, you will be able to do some work. So this is the link between the purity and the work. The purity is essential for eminent performance, for expertise in your work, for excellence in your work. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. See, yoga means purity. You understand? Yogaha chittavritti nirodha. So these are all outlined. So yoga, become yogi baba, he said. Tapasvibhyodiko yogi, karmibhyashadiko yogi, dharmibhyashadiko yogi, tasmat yogi bhavachana. So all these people are very dear to me. But the dearest person is yogi. Why? He is pure. What is the use of being pure? Because purity gives you excellence. Excellent work, if you want to do, you should be pure in your mind. Okay, what is the purity? You are telling purity. Purity means nothing, nothing, nothingness, finished. So what is that purity? Does not know anything. Is it purity? I don't know anything. Purity. No literature at all. No ABCD. Nothing. I don't know anything. Is it purity? No, please. If you do not know anything, that is not purity. That is more than impurity. It is ignorance, it is called. Ignorance is impurity. Then what is that? Purity is not nothingness, or purity is not absence of wisdom. You understand, my dear masters? What is the purity? Purity is prajnana, that is yogaha, chittavritti nirodha. Then what happens? Whenever your mind is becoming free from thoughts, what happens, What happens? This is the question. In meditation, you will become free from thoughts. Then what happens there? I have already told, and I will be telling this everywhere. Whenever you sit in meditation, in course of time, say 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, kindly bear it in patience. You are bound to be getting emptiness. You are bound to be freed from all thoughts. Because your nature is that. You came without thoughts from the birth. Right from the birth, you are not agitated. You are very pure when you take birth. So we go back to our own state in meditation. You become a child, so you will become pure, automatic. So there is no worry that you don't be acquiring the meditational state of mind. There is no worry about that. You are bound to get it. Every one of us should understand more than 100% that you are bound to be in meditation. Only thing is that you have to sit for that, allot time for that. Allot time. Are you not allotting time for your earning money? There is a prescribed time for that. So similarly, you have to earn this kind of wisdom in order to make more money. If wisdom is there, you will make more of everything, not only money, everything. If wisdom is not there, any amount of things, whatever you have, it will be tasteless, useless. It will create a lot of confusion. So, my dear masters, these are the things which is what happens when you are in meditation. When mind is free, immediately it will be taken over by self. The self is placed in the heart. From the heart it will move to the head and takes control of the mind. Then the heart, it will give its fragrance. Now suppose you are keeping some rose flower with you in your pocket. Then what happens? You will be getting the smell of rose. Rose will not do anything. A rose will not do anything, but you will be getting the smell of the rose flower. Yes or no? Then your mind is feeling pleasant. See? Simply the flower is with you, your mind is getting free, isn't it? Your mind is affected by that. But flower is simply available. It is like that. When you are keeping Atma in your mind, then automatically your talk changes, your thinking changes, your work changes. Automatic. So this is the function of I. Did you follow? The purity is bringing wisdom to you, and that wisdom will give rise to the all sorts of love, light, and power. That is the fragrance. That is the nature of that. When sun is there, the heat is bound to come to you. Your whole environment will become hot when sun is there. And lot of light is there, you will be able to see through. Sun does not do anything, but it is the effect of sun is on you, and you will have the benefit of that. Similarly, establish the soul in your mind. You will get the benefit of getting or being with your soul. Anapanasati. Being with your soul. Soul is breathing. Breathing and breathing out. And then purity. The both are there. Breathing and breathing out will provide the purity in the mind. That is, it will get soul and put it in the position of mind, inside the mind. then the mind will have the fragrance. Automatically, he speaks wisely. He will say, my dear friend. Earlier, who are you? I don't know, get out from here, they will say. But in the moment their mind is occupied by soul, then nothing. Automatically it will flow. There is no learning again. Automatically it will flow. My dear friend, he will say. That is how, Angulimala was there. A cruel person, a wicked person, a murderer, okay? Merciless fellow, okay? Such a person, so he was made a disciple of Buddha. How? Simply, Buddha did not do anything. Just he happened to see Buddha one day, and he saw Buddha sitting quiet, calm, closing his eyes, doing meditation like this. Then the Angulimala, very rare of the rarest demons, such a person, cruel person, he came and saw this fellow. Who is this gentleman? He has closed his eyes without any fear psychosis in this forest. What is this? So, thinking that, he has shouted on him, Mr. Buddha, like that. Then he opened his eyes. That's enough. But once he saw into his eyes, then what happened? The fragrance of that has reached him. The calmness in the mind has reached him. That man said, how grace you are, how patient you are, how calm you are. What a very great personality, I say. I have a rotten mind with me. Thousand and odds are lingering in my mind. I am not able to sustain them. But how calm you are sitting, how great you look, how charming your face, shining, brightness. I never saw such a gentleman. So his mind was undergoing with this sort of thinking, with this sort of thoughts. He was not opening his mouth, but everything is happening in him. The real Angulimala inside already he is undergoing with all these kinds of changed thoughts. Then he said, even then also, then he said, I am going to kill you, like that. So with that he said, my dear friend, he said, do you know the story? My dear friend, he said, first talk from his mouth is, my dear friend, addressing a person who is going to kill him. This is the wonder. This is the greatness of the greatness. He knows that robber is in front of him and he is known for killing everybody. In fact, Buddha was advised in advance not to venture to that forest. He knows everything and he said, my dear friend. So this robber, he was surprised at this. I am telling I am going to kill you, and you are telling, you are calling me a friend. What sort of a personality it is? What sort of a loving nature it is? What sort of a gentleman you are? You are not a normal man. You are having a very different line of, your character is very, very different. It is, lakhs of people are there. When I go, none of them, even one fellow also will be in front of me. They curse me, they hate me, they want to kill me. I was in fact searching for a friend. My heart goes out for someone who comes to me. Because of my cruelty, I myself kept all the humanity away from me. I became a lone fellow. At times, I am very, very, very sorrowful individual. But yet, I could not make friends. Nobody believes me also. In such a scenario, you have come here. You took me as a friend for the first time, to my surprise. I am a friend, your friend permanently. I want to give up this sort of treacherous life. I want to give up this sort of cruel and wild life, this all sorts of uh, bad things I will give up. I don't want this. After seeing you, I had a hope of living as a living person. I want that. I want my original life back. Kindly give me. This is how, transformation of Angulimala has been there for us as a lesson today. Okay. This was the story. Happened. That was the fact. Such a person, that's why he is called, Buddha is remembered even today as Maitreya. Maitri is the fundamental principle of every humanity. That is the fragrance of heart. That is the fragrance of soul. What do you mean by the term soul? Soul is such a great thing that makes every mind pure. Not one universal mind, it becomes pure. Today, Buddha is universally accepted, universally wanted person, universally lovable person. Today, he is the person who can influence everyone towards the good. Like that, so many masters, many, many masters have, have, have achieved this sort of great wisdom of soul. So, soul science, they have all understood and they became soul nature. So, my dear friends, that kind of purity, what is purity? Purity is nothing but excellence. Purity is nothing but truth, capabilities, and then wisdom, being able to decipher what is right, what is not. So, these are the three contents. So, that is the performance. Okay. Now, when I is like that, then what is the meaning of I am? Who am I? That is, here three words are there. I am, am. What is the meaning of am? When I itself is sufficiently explained like this, when I is taken to be love, light, and power, in subtle actions, they are not solid. You cannot measure the love because it is not visible. You can't measure the wisdom. You cannot measure your achievements. In what way you will achieve, how much you achieve, nobody knows. So these are all not solids, these are all invisible assets, more than the visibles. Visibility is only 10%, invisibility is 99% is there, 90% is there. So now, where this AM is there, we have to find out. What is the meaning of AM in English? Who am I? That is, I am. I am, this slide will help you to say, I am or me. I is Atma. So, am is what is that word represent? Subtle body it is. Am is subtle body. That is called astral body. That is called me. Yesterday we were discussing I, me and my body. This is the analysis. I, me and my body. So kindly have these three kinds of words expressed to everyone whoever you come across. You understand? I am or me. Subtle body plus subtle body consists of so many things. Subtle body is not only one like I, or it is not only five like physical body. Five components, physical body has got five components, five substances, five elements there, ingredients. And like that, the astral body has got several things are there in that. 19 parts we said. And further, mind plus when I is added together, when I is added to the astral body, there is a kind of 6 chakras added to that. You understand? Additionally, a set of chakras will be there with one sort of reservoir that is called Kundalini. So the Kundalini is attached along with I to the subtle body, to the 19 parts. Now you get additional set. How to make the 19 parts work? That is the topic here. You have the subtle body, 19 parts are there. What is that? Leg, hands, we have told already. Excretory organs, reproductive organs, and the eating instrument of mouth. Then sense organs, 5, 10 are there. And then Pancha pranas are there, 5 life systems are there. Okay. Those life systems, how do they work? There should be energy for that. Energy is energized again. Okay. Those are the subtle bodies. These life systems, they undertake the pumping of energy systems. Respiratory system, it is a life science, life system. Respiration should happen. But how it happens? So it needs energy again. So that energy giver is necessary. We have only identified the organs so far. 19 organs are there, 5 components are there, one Atma is there. Now we have to understand how these people are working, how these 3 bodies are working. For that, we need the assistance of Kundalini. You understand? So the Kundalini's assistance is now required, and that is available to us when I is added to that, or when I is manufacturing the subtle body, it will place the Kundalini also in its place. Now let us understand what is this Kundalini. Kundalini means a sort of a reservoir type. All energy will be stored there, and that is attached to Shat chakras in the body. It will be in the backside of the human body, down below the spinal cord, behind the reproductive organs, behind the renal organs. There is a reservoir type part of body as Kundalini. It is not visible. Understand? The whole astral universe, astral body is not visible. So Kundalini is not visible. But just like that, we are able to understand the soul. If we are able to have the fragrance of the soul, we know that that man is enlightened. He is an expert, we can say. Like that, when his Kundalini is well working, then we understand that he is very highly potential, highly energized, very active, okay, highly thinking personality, highly loving personality. These are all things are there, very, very, very qualitative and quantitative. Now quantity is more now, okay, when Kundalini is developed, and that is serves this purpose. Now Kundalini has got 6 chakras attached to that. upwards. You understand? Kundalini. Okay. So this Kundalini has got six chakras. Number one, people are knowing, these are all discussed in various classes by various masters. They will be talking about the Shat chakras. First chakra is called Mooladhara. Second chakra is called Swadhisthana. Third one is Manipura. Fourth one is Anahata. Fifth one is Vishuddha. Sixth one is Agna chakra. These are the 6 chakras are there. The chakras means wheels. These wheels are filled up with energy. Okay. The wheels are necessary for carrying the energies, to distribute the energies. The energy is stored in Kundalini. Did you follow? Kundalini has got a store of storing space in our body at the end of spinal cord, and this energy will be released to the chakras. Chakras will carry by revolving. It has got just like a junction box, This, every chakra has got branches going to all parts of the body. Okay. All parts of the body, the energy will be distributed. All chakras have got their own individual parts going to all parts of the human body totally. The chakra of Mooladhara has got all connections. They are called as pranavahikas. Energy tubes are there. So they are all concerning to the nervous system. The energy tubes are handled by nervous system again. Okay. So the chakras will be pumping the energy. Energy is available in the Kundalini. So the tubes will carry that. How to pump into the tubes? The wheels are working. They are called chakras. The chakras, first chakra is Mooladhara. This is basically common to all the creatures on this planet. And they are instinct, they are all having the common a sort of knowledge of reproduction. That is called Moola. Sushti has to happen. So this chakra should be active. Understand? And there the reproduction happens, the Sushti starts, and the planet will be filled up with the life. That is the target of Mooladhara. And afterwards, when the life begins to start to live its life, then they will take care of themselves. That is basically pertaining to Mooladhara. Having come onto this earth planet, you will have to sustain. Every parent will take care of that, up to that. So this caring of her own child, or child taking care of its own existence, is coming under Mooladhara chakra. They have to take care of themselves. Every person will take care of its own offspring. Mother takes care of child. Child takes care of itself. And all thinking, speaking, doing, everything is revolving around the self. That's it. This is called Mooladhara. Its own development it will look on. Its own coming up. It will look for food. It will take food. It will call for food. It will try to walk. It will try to do anything concerning for his own sake. It will do. That self-centered is called Mooladhara. That is the basic necessities of the human being. So here there is no sense is there. It is not a sense, it is instinct, it is the capacity here that works. It is the capacity. of the energy fields. It will work. And then senses are formed later on. As and once you grow, then you develop the astral body. The Atma will come into the mother's womb, partaking body. In the beginning I am telling, the Atma, when once it takes permissions of the couple, enter into their fertilized egg, and then start manufacturing its body. Atma will take recourse to construct its own body. What is that? First, astral body is manufactured. Okay. Then it will form its own organs of the body astrally. Okay, at that time, the Kundalini will be working. Still, sense organs are not well developed, but still, all sorts of things without even proper senses, it will automatically happen. It will speak, it will do, it will walk, it will do everything. And even after getting senses and everything also, if the persons are not having any other kind of fragrance, if any other kind of work, only this work only will be there. That is Muladhara work only will be continued. The same sort of no sense work will be carried on by so many people who are not at all developing proper insights. Then this Muladhara chakra will be for long time. Some people will be at the end of the life also, they will not come out of this Muladhara. Ignorance. Ignorance means no sense actions. Only instincts, that's it. For everybody has got a sort of behavior, a sort of work, a sort of activity, which need not be taught. On its own it will acquire. That is called Muladhara. It will work to that extent. Thereafter, growth, when once he acquires some better environments, then he will go into the Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana means then he will come out of the instincts, come out of that no sense activities to sense activities. He will come into that Swadhisthana. Then he has captured himself. He wants to choose. No instincts now. Mummy, don't tell me all those things. I know what to do, that boy will say. He has come out of that Muladhara. It does not mean he will leave it. Now he will see externally also what he has to do. Some senses has come. The astral body has developed senses. Dasha Indriya, Gnana Indriya, Karma Indriya. Now they have got. He has developed. At this stage we should be very careful. The boy should be very careful. When once he is developing Gnana Indriyas, then you must have sufficient and very carefully we should see that good Gnana is available to him. Otherwise, Muladhara will take over him again. So, we have to be careful. The Muladhara should be kept under check. And then we will go into Swadhisthana. Then a choosy works. Even then also he will be choosing only for himself. Swadhisthana, he will have his own likes and dislikes. He will control himself. He wants to do for himself. And whatever he wants, he will do. What is good, he has to do. So the discrimination of good and bad he should get. At this stage we should be very careful. We have to put them into right path. If you are putting such children under meditation, then this is assured. The boy will become wise right from that stage onwards, and he will choose the right thing. He will be in Swadhisthana. Everybody will undergo the stage of chakra. This chakra will will make him experience the brightness of the truth, the brightness of the soul. So make meditators at the early age. That's what saints say to us. Okay, so now from Swadhisthana, he has chosen to read this, that, this. If he is not meditating, then he will choose whatever comes to his presence. If he goes to a picture, he will go by that. If he goes to a temple, he will go by that. If he goes to a library, he will go by that, like that. He has no choice, but whatever available thing, he will understand things. So this sort of Swadhisthana is one stage is there. That is one chakra. So if energies will be rolling down in this chakra on these directions. And then after this, what happens? Next chakra. After Swadhisthana, he will go into the senses of Manipura. Manipura chakra, Manipuraka it is called. There is a lot of brightness is there. The man will be able to understand everything, but he does not know what is right and what is wrong. Manipura, he will shine. He wants to be a great personality. What for? He does not know. Simply for his own sake, he wants to become great. Manipura, he wants to shine like a jewel. He wants to shine like a jewel. He wants to be a great of all. He wants to claim all credit for himself. He wants to steal the show. He will narrate the slokas just like that, without implementation for himself. He only speaks, but he doesn't do. He is like that. Manipuraka is like a pandit. He is a very good orator. He will give a lot of lecture. Don't smoke, but don't ask me not to smoke. This is the policy. These kind of people are there. So they have still not developed a proper astral body in his. The fragrance is not there. The soul is not having its proximity to that. He is not in proximity of his soul. He is outside the soul. So he doesn't have the fragrance of soul. Then he will say that I am the great. I is the great, but he forgets I and goes on with am. I am the great, he will say. So the difference between this, we have to understand this. Manipuraka is fine, but without the purpose and for wrong purposes. Wrong purposes. A great personality, a great intelligent person goes to the temple where the temple is a reflection of your own self. Every temple is made only to give a fragrance of soul. For you to take the fragrance of soul, instead of that we go there and give impurity there, our own impurity. What is that impurity? And this great gentleman who is considered a great personality in the physical plane goes to a temple and asks for the, oh God, I have done so much. This is a lot of entries are there, a lot of this thing is there. I should get prize this time. I should get prize. Nobody should get. That is it. I should get award. I should get so much. Kindly give that contract to me. Make me collector, make me that, make me this. These are all wantings are there. So these are the wantings making a sort of halagulla of the life. They are making your life very, very. It is not that you should become collector. It's not that you should become great. You can become, but don't ask the God. You should not unnecessarily meddle with the wrong fragrance. You should not unnecessarily create the selfishness in you. You study, you become. There is no selfishness there. You have to improve your knowledge and be a sort of a guide to others. Fine, that is okay. You have to go and tell that I can guide the people, provided I have some sort of knowledge. So knowledge is not an asset, it is not a physical property. You ask the God for anything which is not visible. That is permitted. You ask the God, don't ask any materialistic things. Materialistic thing is prapanchika. That person cannot be divine. You ask non-materialistic thing. You ask wisdom, fine, good. You ask that I want to propagate this, fine. I want to construct this, a big university. Okay, fine. Not for earning money, to give away something. Okay. So such things you ask. Don't wantings. No wantings, please. Only achievements you ask. Achievements. They are not the wants. They are the goals. So go with a goal, but not a desire. This is called, okay, Manipuraka. Thereafter, we have Vishuddha. Anahata. So the Anahata means now the man has got sufficient maturity in this chakra. Now this Manipura stage he will cross. He will understand that by speaking too much, nothing is going to happen. Then he will stop speech and he starts working. Anahata means, ahata means making sound, anahata means silence. This is the silent state of wisdom. Okay. So the Anahata chakra, people who have reached there, after crossing this, then they will become very silent and pious, sweet talking, less talking. Whatever to speak, they will speak. Not more, not less. This is the state of mind in Anahata chakra. So everybody, when once the speaking is stopped, when once, then he will think of more and more what is to be done, not to be spoken, only to do. That's it. So speaking is curtailed. This sort of propagation stopped. This sort of interference with others stopped. He did not touch others. Now he concentrates on thinking and doing. That's it. No talking, please. What is talking? To the extent of needed. That's it. It is only to help the thinking and help the doing. That is not for greatness. No greatness is there in doing things. You are already great. Where is the question of again asking greatness? Ignorance. You are already great. Only thing is that you have to realize that. That's it. Okay, now with this Anahata, and then he will also pass on to, he still develops his maturity to the level of Vishuddha. Then he will be pure. Shuddhi, then Vak Shuddhi, it happens. And his talking is well balanced. He will become very sweet person. Be sweet, speak sweet. He will be giving only noble performances and noble view to others. And he will give the races of nobility, and he will also do things. What is that? Speaking sweet and doing sweet, everything. So be sweet and speak sweet. So this is called Vishuddha. Vishuddha means he is becoming pure in all kinds of actions. And after that, you will be in Agna Chakra. My dear friends, when once you understand everything, and when once you say, you think that there is no question of my-ness, not egotistic, no question of I am. I am is not there, I am only I. If you take that sort of Vijnana with you, if you are established in that I-ness, that oneness, then you will be in Agna Chakra. Then he will dictate others. My dear friends, you have to do like this. Become pure. That is taking care of you the whole life. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I will take care of everything. This realization, when once you understood, that whatever now we are speaking and you are listening, there is no question of I here, okay. There is no egotistic, there is no Sivaramappa speaking here, nothing, or no other names are there to listening. There are no names, no nameless people we are. Whatever energy that flows, the fragrance of that energy is in the shape of words. That's it. It is not my greatness. There is no greatness here. Whatever available thing it goes going on. So there is no great. I is great, not I am. So if this sort of realization, this sort of understanding makes you give a sort of advices to others. That is called Agna Chakra. You become perfect and you make others perfect. You stand on yourself and make others stand on their own legs. You can give advices. You are the advisor for the whole world because you are in Agna Chakra. And not only advise, you can also strictly put an order. You do like this, like that, because whatever you say is 100% perfect. Brahmarshi Patriji was in Agna Chakra. He is in Agna Chakra and he is doing ordering only. Because what is the use of pep talks? What is small talk? Nothing. First you do meditation, then only I'll speak to you, he will say. You go on doing things, don't talk unnecessarily here. So you will make the pupil by hook or crook do it like this. It is imposition. With the maturity, with the only non-visible, no imposition for materialistic things, no place. That's why Patriji will never ask anything. He asks only one thing, that is called meditation, that's all. There nothing else is there. So this is the wonderful maturity of the mind, and there these kinds of people are there to say take care of the whole world, because their word is pure for all people alike. It is good for all sections of the people. It is not only a particular section. It is a human religion. These are the group of people we can say. All humanity is one, and this is congenial to this. So this sort of 6 chakras, when once we are achieving and crossing over one after the other, mind is getting to the stages, on to the next, like that, then we will be shining like Sahasrara, Sahasra Ahara, Sahasra Ara it is, not Ahara, Sahasra or Sahasrara. Ara means a sort of tejasu, a sort of perfume, a sort of fragrance, a sort of expansion of your high consciousness. Okay, that it will increase and you will be shining and acceptable to the whole humanity. So, to become that, what is needed? Energy is needed, full of energy. Okay, so that energy is available in Kundalini. Okay, so now today we understood what is Kundalini and what are its parts. Okay, how it works with chakras, with connected nadis. Okay, and now we have to link this Kundalini to the mind. How it is possible? So this top of this topic, we will, I think, put it for tomorrow because time is up. People have got some different avocations for the fixed timings. So sorry, I am taking more time than the necessary. So now from tomorrow we will confine ourselves to the time. Okay. So with this I conclude my session, and I request Srikanji to kindly put on meditation to us. Okay. Thank you.